I came across this young kid playing for Surrey in 1993, and Bob Cottam, who was our coach at Warwickshire, said that they've got this young Pakistani guy who bowls very, very quick. His name was Waqar Younas. Never seen him bowl before. When I got to the ground the next morning, I asked Alex Stewart about this kid. Where did he come from? He said no, he's playing some club cricket here in London. They immediately invited him to some trials, and he made his debut against us. He got 12 wickets in the game, and it's the most that I've seen anyone hit the stumps regularly.
He then got on the phone to Ian Craig, who was very keen to see what he was like. So I padded up in the nets and made him look very good, and from there we signed him.
Within a couple of months, Waqar Younas was grabbing the headlines, and English batsmen around the country were falling victim to his aggressive bowling.
A couple of days before the NatWest final of 1991, we played at the Oval on a very fast, bouncy, dangerous almost pitch, and Waqar was, he bowled the speed of light. I think Waqar is a great bowler anyway, but that day it was more the speed that was as frightening as anything I can recall. And he bowled a short ball that I looked to fend off, and it didn't go too well, I'm afraid. He destroyed that knuckle, there's nothing left there, and the finger broke here and here. Mark Knuckleless, they called me after that. And it was very destructive for me. I remember they tried to put cortisone in it before the final, but I chickened out of that, I'm afraid.
Although not every incident was quite so serious. But what makes Waqar Younas so good?
Firstly, there's drama involved. You've got this astonishing sprint to the crease over a long distance, and then he sort of hurls himself in a slingy action at you. So you get quite mesmerised by that as it comes at you. Also the fact that you know he has a threatening ball, a fast in-swinging Yorker that you can't conquer. I defy any man alive to cope with this ball, and if he gets it right, you sort of feel he could do you any second. So there's a lot of indecision in your mind as he runs in.
But you grew up loving the game.
Yeah.
Who was your favourite?
For me, I was a big Pakistan fan. No one believes Waqar Younas and all these guys were my favourite player growing up. So yeah.
Well, Waqar used to, when you faced Waqar, he sprinted in like he was in a 100-metre race, and his whole face was wobbling, and you get in a trance with him, but he was world class. See, that's what I reckon with you.
Nine declared a lead of 213. Well then. Through him. Here you see the sight of stump post back. It's a fine delivery from Waqar Younas. Nice of time really. Just was not able to negotiate the pace of Waqar Younas. And it's Waqar Younas to Pindle. Pindle on 7. And bowling. That's Waqar Younas' 6th wicket. He lost earlier and would have brought back later on. York. Very fine worker. 47 for 2 New Zealand. What a fine effort by Waqar Younas. He's now coming in to bowl to Rapoport. Comprehensively castled, completely beaten. Rapoport didn't have a clue about that one. Clean bowl, 37 for 3, and Waqar Younas now on a hat.
You talk about being intimidating bowlers. This guy had an intimidating run-up. He charged in from quite a long way. When he swung the new ball at such pace, I think where his greatest asset was his speed through the air. He made the new ball talk. It was predictable because he only swung it one way, which you could then set yourself up for that, but at very, very high speed. You're talking about 90, 95 miles an hour at best. But then he started to reverse the ball. Now he swung it just into you, to the right-hander, but he hardly missed his target. And I think that and also he was very aggressive, very aggressive, feisty young man. Really did let you know when he was around. You know, you talk about top order batsmen having to deal with him, but tail-enders, he was severe on tail-enders. And just always talk about in team meetings not letting tail-enders hang around. He made sure of that. Not only trying to break your foot, but also some other parts of your body. Just his sheer speed through the air, and where he hit the bottom of the stumps at will, at any given time, was what made him such a wonderful bowler to watch. The number of times as a young kid that he spent in Pakistan, again learning how to bowl on those flat wickets, learning the art of reverse swing, having control over that reverse swing was even more so impressive. And having played against Waqar over the years, and the destruction down the order, and you often sit there and you've got to use the new ball, got to go hard at the new ball, because you know what you're going to get. The ball's going to reverse, and these two guys will clean you up.
That's the last ball of the match. Got him! What a sensation! Unbelievable!
Got him! Bowled him! What a very good delivery that was!
Turn for his 21 wickets in 8 games, including a magnificent clean bowled hat-trick against New Zealand in East London. It might only have been a tail-end trio, but each time the ball moved considerably at top pace, and the 3 deliveries would have beaten most top batsmen. So, a successful tournament.
Moves on to a more stable start. Oh, he's bowled in! What a fabulous delivery earlier in the over. Bowled by Waqar Younas. Just watch that delivery. Virtually 100 miles an hour, and Brian Lara.
Waqar Younas has gone straight through Brian Young, so on 1 over. Waqar Younas, the great Pakistani fast bowler.
It's about the Waqar Younas Yorker before, and you won't see a better one than this. That's done Brian Young for length and pace, and look where he's ended up.
And they're missing it completely. What a wonderful bowler, Waqar Younas.
Waqar then produced another of his unplayable Yorkers.
Long way to go yet. Oh, he's bowled him! Oh, it's all happening. That's superb cricket. Waqar Younas knocks over.
Angling back there, my word, this in-swinging Yorker, it really is a killer delivery.
Watch this delivery. Watch it swing in, half bat, onto the toe. Oh, that is a beauty.
Bowled him. Having said that,
Swing. There he is, sets off outside, comes swinging in through the gate, and Chris Lewis will know.
That was magnificent. Everything was perfect there.
He bowled in to an even balance. The crowd.
Oh, that was a beautiful ball. My goodness. And you're not going to see many better balls than that in the course of a season.
Oh, it's a lovely in-swinging Yorker. That
Beauty, real banana ball.
Bowled him. Oh, Waqar Younas certainly won the day.
He was a very hard-working cricketer. He was how to swing the ball, especially reverse swing.
And it's bowled it.
Partner in crime, Waqar Younas, was another champion. Now I was very lucky because he came over to Surrey, where in a way that fast-tracked his cricketing education. He did a lot for Surrey, he helped Surrey, but at the same time, unfortunately, we helped strengthen Pakistani cricket by giving him the opportunity to fast-track his cricketing education. Again, wonderful human being. You know, I have a lot of time for Waqar. I kept wicket to him. He would have been the quickest bowler that I kept wicket to. He was quick through the air, whereas a lot of quicker bowlers gain pace off the pitch. He did that as well. But through the air, from when it left his hand to when it hit you, either on the toe or just short of hitting your stumps or whatever, that was as quick as I played against, or certainly what I kept to. And like Wasim, he had the ability to swing the ball both ways. It's almost a Pakistani trait that because of the pitches they play on, the ball gets roughed up quite early with the rough outfields and the abrasive pitches. The ability to reverse swing the ball is a necessity in or on the subcontinent, because otherwise it goes gun barrel straight and the batsman will just hit through the line and score plenty of runs. So Waqar almost learnt on the run as much as anything, because he came over as quite a raw cricketer to Surrey, but I was able to see him develop into this world-class quick bowler. And unfortunately he had a back problem at one stage. He missed the '92 World Cup, but he was as destructive as Wasim Akram. Waqar, I say, great to have on the Surrey side, but hard work to bat against. But I enjoyed the challenges. Keeping wicket to him, the standout performance, well, there are probably too many to mention, but it was a Surrey game against Yorkshire at Guildford in the late 80s, early 90s, whatever it would be, early 90s probably. And the game was going nowhere on the last day of the game. Yorkshire were going to bat the day out, or they were talking to me, I was captain, about, what about if you give us a few easy runs, we'll declare and then try and set you something. And I just said, look, just give us 45 minutes after lunch on the last day, we'll try and bowl you out. If we can't, then we may have a chat about can we get a game going. And Waqar took the ball and straight away he destroyed Yorkshire. We bowled him out. I think there were 2 down at lunch, and inside a space of 45 minutes Waqar had bowled him out and he went on to win the game. He actually hit the winning runs with the bat. So a match winner, and that is a sign, that's what you want match winners in your team. As I said, Wasim Akram was, and Waqar Younas certainly was. So the duels I've had with Waqar were good ones, because as ex-teammates, as in Surrey teammates, whenever we played against each other, England v Pakistan, there was always an added edge. I wanted to score runs against him, he wanted to get me out, and there's a mutual respect. So the challenge was there anyway, but the fact that we're good friends as well just added to it. And again, there was at the Oval in, might have been 96, Athers, Mark Clafton and myself again had a torrid time. We had to bat for 40 minutes or so, for the last 40 minutes of a day's play, start of our innings. And Wasim and Waqar in particular came steaming in, and it was torrid. We took some blows. I didn't mind having a hook. I hooked a couple and got out of the way of a couple, and Waqar would follow through. He'd never say anything, but he'd sort of end up here, and he might just give me a nod, and I'd give him a nod, and then the challenge was back on again. At the end of the day's play, we were in the dressing room. He came in with Wasim. We shared an orange juice, and that's how it should be. And then the next day, the battle resumed.
A repeat of the first innings collapse seemed like
a killer blow. Bowling the young wicketkeeper for 52 with a second new ball. Things up with a wicket of Donald. The final margin of victory was
out. Waqar Younas strikes again.
Kirsten made 38 from 87 balls before becoming Waqar's 4th victim.
Building from when Hussain went to the wicket at 150.
They bowl him.
The TWs became unstoppable and feared across the world. And the damage they've done wherever they've gone with Pakistan has been just fantastic. For me, those two are the best two I've ever played against. What made them so special is the competition between the two of them. They always tried to outdo each other. And I think there was an element of a little bit of jealousy on the one or the other. There was, and that made them even more fearsome, the two of them.
You would dare to be a batsman with the ball getting old. They were magicians with the ball.
It's a challenge, and you want to test yourself against the best, and those guys were certainly the best.
Waqar and Wasim would be probably the most destructive pair of bowlers that I've ever played against or ever seen.
Wasim and Waqar were the fast bowling combination, and you had that pace, swing, reverse swing, and it had it all.
They could win you matches from an impossible situation. I remember a couple of matches, one against South Africa in a one-day game way back in 93, 94, where they were 190 for 1 or 2, chasing 210 or something. And they were bowled out for 205 or 6 with Waqar and Wasim picking up 4 wickets and 5 wickets.
In fact, a rather disappointing batting performance because there were plenty of runs in this wicket for them. Bowled him. Well, we may get a little action.
Well, a rather loose shot that finished Andrew Hudson's innings. It did come back a long way. Off stump, taken out, a good delivery, but still he played it loosely. And he goes for 93. Here's the reception for Andrew Hudson, bowled by Waqar Younas, 93.
Bowled him. Yet another one of those fantastic express deliveries from Waqar Younas. And he is, at the moment, threatening to devastate South Africa. This third encounter between these two countries turning out to be an absolute humdinger. Bowled him. Off stump, laid back, flat on the ground.
What a match.
Having beaten Pakistan in the only 2 previous one-day internationals, only 2 previous matches they've ever played against each other. This is wonderful revenge.
Waqar to Donald, the last ball bowled him, and Pakistan have won.
Yes, they've won in magnificent fashion, and Waqar Younas has taken 5 wickets for 25 runs. An absolutely unbelievable performance.
In 5 overs.
They were as destructive with the old ball as they were with the new ball. At times they're actually more destructive with the older ball when they got it to reverse swing.
You got to be good enough to do it. You know, you got to be good enough to still swing it and bowl at that good pace. They were good enough. I think those 2 were brilliant.
They got him! Waqar has another one, 5 for him.
I think we had this professional rivalry where, in a positive way, not in a negative way. I never used to get upset that Waqar got 5. I used to get motivated, and vice versa for Waqar as well. Like Wasim got 5, I'm gonna get 5 in the second innings.
Very quick, very fast, and very smart bowlers. I would obviously rate them as the best in the business.
That is a beauty. Reverse swing.
The batsmen, they were scared. We had a ball. We knew we were quick. We knew we can rattle them up. We knew we can hit them with the bouncer. So I enjoyed every minute of it. It was a partnership, I suppose, made in heaven. We really had a ball. I mean, those were the days.